Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode. You would never guess.
It's me! Whitney.
Part 3.
Part 3.
In case you didn't know, yeah, so the last 2 episodes Whitney's been, but it's just been way too fun. And
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, it's just been way too fun, so we had to do it again. But we're just going to...
Can't get rid of me.
And I'm okay with that. We're going to continue talking about Taylor Swift. And if you don't like her, that's okay, because we're talking about lyrics.
This is your chance to like her.
Exactly. You know, we're just talking about lyrics, and I'm going on...
You don't even have to listen to the absolute bangers.
No.
Just the words.
We're going on genuinely all the tangents that come up in my head, and that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay.
We only got through like 4 lyrics last time.
It's true. Tangent.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Whitney and Kadrianne are both in this nutrition class, or they took it at some point.
Yes.
And there's this professor, and he does not like talking at all. Like, you cannot whisper to your partner.
I could cry right now.
Yeah, you can't blurt out nothing. Like, no.
Oh no, you cannot
talking.
Look at them, point to what they're asking. Like, they whisper 3 words.
And he'll mention something.
Like, I can't express to you how truly you cannot talk. Like, you can't glance at your partner and point at a note, because that's, like, not paying attention.
That's insane.
And I like the professor.
Right. But it's kind of a... It sounds toxic to me.
Poor Kyra wouldn't make it.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, I would not make it.
Bless her heart.
Bless my heart, I would not make it. We have talked about this like 3 times now, because I literally have thought about it randomly throughout the day. Every time I randomly whisper to someone, I'm like, I wouldn't make it.
That could have been the end.
Yeah,
that could have been my strongly worded email.
I'm like, I wouldn't have made it. Yeah, Whitney got a strongly worded email.
Well, not even strongly. It was nice, but like...
Because someone else talked to her.
And she talks to me so much. And I was like... I'm not even a chatty person. I mean, I've been talking a lot, okay?
But this is a different aspect, you know.
But, like, in class, I'm a model student.
Right. I'm also a model student, except I like to whisper thoughts to my friends.
So, model student, depending on the professor.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly, because they don't care about that. Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, I would not survive, because in church, I have to whisper what's going on. And in class, I have to whisper.
Well, I went to church with Kyra one time, and she kept whispering at me, and I was like...
She just kept nodding at me. It was great. It was so hard not to talk to her. And I did talk to her some. But, like, during the sacrament, I really did not.
Right.
And the whole time I was sitting there like... I have so much to say. I almost wrote it down so I could remember to talk to you about it afterwards, but... I have a serious problem. Like, I have to whisper to someone because I like making jokes and quips.
Yeah.
I just have to.
Valid.
And if there's a tangent in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to know right now their opinion on this. You know, like, my brain just is like, right now. I'm like, Kyra, it's going to be okay. You know, immediate gratification. You don't need this right now.
True.
Chill out.
Delayed gratification.
I had that problem in my stats class. Not me personally, but my friend, who was the victim.
I have been a victim of a chatty partner.
Because I understood most of it because I took AP Stats. And first of all, that was the worst time of my life almost. I hated that class with all my heart. I was terrible at it. I felt like an idiot. That was my very first B I've ever gotten. And actually, that was a miracle because it was an 80 flat.
Yeah, no, I never got a B in high school, but like first... B in college
was rough.
It hurts.
It hurts. I haven't gotten a B in college, but I've gotten a B in my AP Stats class, and I'll never be... No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I felt like an idiot in that class, and so because I've learned some of the basic things, I was able to do better in my statistics for psychology class. So a lot of the topics he was talking about, I kind of already understood the concept, and so I didn't need to pay as close attention. And so I was whispering to my partner a lot, and she didn't want to offend me. Bless her heart.
Yeah,
but she was like,
I hear that.
She was like, I can't right now. And I'm like, okay. And I knew every time she was like that, I was like, oh, shoot, I'm so sorry. I just get ahead of myself. And so one day,
can't help herself.
rather than talking to her the whole class, I wrote down all my random thoughts. And then after class, I handed her the little sticky note.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Here you go. Because I was struggling. Like, it's so hard for me not to say something. So anyway, I would not survive. the whole point was to say that tangents, and we're just talking about words, and then we're going on my tangents.
Okie doke. So I guess I'm going to skip to Speak Now, her third album, because I already did a few from Fearless. I literally have so many favorite lyrics from Fearless.
Yeah, she has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Like, that's like probably the biggest.
Right.
Okay, so from Speak Now, then I think about summer, all the beautiful times, I watched you laughing from the passenger side, and then the next lyric is realized I loved you in the fall. Mm-hmm. To me, I can see the sun coming through the car windows. They're laughing in the passenger seat. She realizes she loves it. Living in the moment. I can just see that.
No, I can see it.
And it's beautiful.
I can see it.
I love Back to December. That's what that song's from. These notes don't say what song they're from.
But she knows.
But I know.
Why would she write what song they're from if she knows?
Right. Like, that's just redundant. Okay, and then from Enchanted, counter all your quick remarks. I just love that little, like, back and forth banter, right? Mm-hmm. Like, counter all your quick remarks. And then, okay, get this. Time turns flames to embers. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it might not, true. You know, time heals all wounds, but, like, there's still a scar. So, like, it's still an ember, but, like, flames to embers, you know?
Yeah.
Chill out a little.
How old is she in Speak Now?
19. Wow. Yeah. John Mayer was 32.
Wow.
Dear John.
Hold up, rewind.
Don't you think 19's too young to be messed with?
Yes.
Lyric from Dear John.
Wow.
Don't get me started. Would've, could've, should've. That was one of her sleepless nights from Speak Now era.
Okay, I don't want to bash on her, but maybe she shouldn't have been dating a 32-year-old.
And that's the truth.
And that's
she acknowledges that in Dear John. She's like, why didn't I listen to all the people telling me to run as fast as I can?
To stop doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Next lyric from Red Taylor's version. We learn to live with the pain, mosaic broken hearts.
Oh, that's imperfectly broken.
That's the thing. That's life, is loss, right? Like, you live with the pain, mosaic broken hearts. But mosaics are beautiful, right? Like, it's broken pieces, but they're art. You know?
Very beautiful. Speaking of broken pieces.
Okay.
Tangent. I don't even need to say now. So, I was trying to put some dishes away the other night, and I moved a pan, and one of my roommate's glass bowls fell. And can I just say, it fell onto the counter. It didn't even fall onto the floor.
It tripped.
Yeah,
it was tripped. Like the same surface.
Absolutely. Same surface, but it like fell down. Anyway, and it broke to 3 different parts. And then there was like all these little tiny pieces. And so I was like, shoot! And one of my, I'll just tell you, Sister Topham for my birthday gave me this kintsugi, I think is how you say it, kit. And it's how you repair pottery, dishes, whatever, with little gold. You've probably seen it before on social media or something. Mm-hmm. Callie Reed's, I think that's her last name. She has Broken and Beautiful music video. Mm-hmm. She pushes pottery off these things when she's singing, and then at the end, it's all back together with kintsugi in it. It's just gold that goes through the cracks, and it puts stuff back together. And so I broke this bowl, and I was like, oh no. And I ran upstairs and I was like, okay, I gotta try this out. And so we tried it out. It actually worked.
Yeah.
It actually worked.
It looks cool.
Apparently it's not food safe.
Planter.
No one told me that, but hey, it can be a perfect plant box. So you said that broken things are sometimes more beautiful than what they were before. Mm-hmm. Now there's beautiful gold. Fake, but fake gold in these cracks that was there. So thank you, Sister Topham.
So true.
I rescued my roommate's bowl.
Okay, the Red album is so sad. Some of these are rough. Okay.
Is this after she broke up with someone then?
Well, it is a heartbreak album, yes. I think Red is one of her most Taylor Swift. She writes tons of music that's not about heartbreak or, relationships.
No, absolutely.
But Red is primarily, like, about it. Anyway.
I just saw a quote.
Say it.
Kiss me, try to fix it. Could you just try to listen?
Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, one of my all-time favorites.
Whoa.
Kiss me, try to fix it. Could you just try to listen?
Whoa.
Well, okay, it's like in Brave when they're both doing their monologues. And it's like, I would if you would just, and they both at the same time, listen.
Oh, yes, her mom. Mm-hmm. Yes. They're both, like, escalating. They're both kind of talking. And then they're like, if you could just... And they say it at the same time. Yeah. Yes. Okay, exactly.
From that same song is You've Got Your Demons and Darling, They All Look Like Me. I don't know. That one didn't, I don't even know how to unpack that.
Yes.
But one time I was reading my favorite book Every line, I was like dying, right? Like I was like underlining it. I was like, anyway, there's at one point when it's like this concept of how someone you know and love has the power to hurt you more than anyone you didn't know.
Oh,
like you've
so
got your demons,
true.
like these people who are hurting you.
Absolutely.
And it's me. Like you
well,
like
they
hate
know
me. Like,
what would get you.
Right.
Because they know you so personally. They know what would break your heart.
Exactly. Anyway, that song, Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, the bridge, oh my gosh. I'm sorry,
good.
I can't.
It's so good. So good.
Yeah.
So good. I just want to say, listening, it's so valuable.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You don't have to fix the problem.
Well, so often things turn into lectures, not conversations.
It's true. When
like me right now.
It's like, Kyra, shut up. Okay, so moving on. No. Oh, I'm just kidding.
No, listening, absolutely. I'm saying I'm lecturing, and that's a problem.
Oh, no, I was joking about you lecturing and telling me to be quiet.
I didn't mean it.
No, but I know. I'm telling you to be quiet a lot of these times with my tangent. I'm like, okay, tangent, time to be quiet with
tangent. Stop. Hit the brakes. Remember when you hit the brakes too soon?
Whoa. See, that's impressive.
That's a perfect segue to 1989. That was Out of the Woods.
Perfect. Did you want to share anything else from that one, though? Because I just got so excited.
I don't know. I can't
sharing.
Unpack it. I'm just saying.
Okay. For
so
sure.
Good. Mostly that song.
Yes.
Sad, Beautiful, Tragic.
Yes.
Go listen.
Really quick, back to Your Demons and Darling, They All Look Like Me.
Okay.
That reminds me of her Look What You Made Me Do with all her different
looks. That's interesting too.
All her different
looks. The demons
looks.
are herself. Like your worst enemy is yourself, right?
And you know how to hurt yourself the most.
Facts.
Whoa. Okay. 1989.
Okay. A little happier album, 1989.
She was born in 1989.
This is true.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She opens her world tour in 1989. Something you should know about me. And then she says, I was born in 1989.
And then she starts the music? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyway, so the rest of the world was in black and white. We were in screaming color.
Oh.
What a line.
Whoa.
Iconic. So good.
Whoa.
Okay, this one, so good. It's from Out of the Woods, the one I was singing just a minute ago. The monsters turned out to be just trees.
Okay, so let me try to understand what she's trying to say. Is she saying that we sometimes worry about things that we don't need to worry about?
Pretty much. Like, it's like the monsters, like, it's out of the woods, right? The woods, the monsters in the woods, they turned out to be just trees. And then the next line on that, like, the monsters turned out to be just trees. When the sun came up, you were looking at me. The sun comes up, they're just trees.
Everything's going to be okay.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
Okay.
That's funny. Okay, so yeah, basically everything's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Okay, my favorite, one of my top 3, and okay, she has hundreds of songs.
That's true.
Like over 100, right?
We were talking about how she probably has over 500 songs that she just hasn't released.
Oh, I was like, I don't know them.
That she's just written.
Yeah. Okay. It's from You're in Love, 1989. It's a bonus track. One step, not much, but it said enough. Like, and it's talking about love. Like, one little thing, it's the effort, right? Like, my favorite book, Scorpio Races, Maggie Stiefvater, favorite author.
That's right.
Anyway, at the end of the book, the horse, he turns him to the sea because he's a water horse, right? Mm-hmm. He lets him go. And these horses are killers. They don't love their people. But Cor loves Sean. And so he has a broken leg. Oh. And so that's why he's turning back to the sea. Because he's like, my horse, he loves the ocean and he loves to run. And I can't let him run anymore.
Right.
I can't give him that.
Right.
And so I'm giving him back to the sea. Turns out he loves 3 things. He loves Sean because then the horse at the end turns around and takes a limp, right? One step, not much, but it said enough that he loved Sean. Anyway,
oh my goodness.
So like favorite song, favorite book.
Boom.
Oh.
Boom. Heavenly. There's not much more heaven than that for Whitney.
So good, you guys. You don't see the joy in my
I actually love
eyes,
that.
the
Okay,
glee.
this is embarrassing, but in The Bachelorette, there was a guy who came and got out of the car, and this was a while ago, and first of all, I didn't like this guy. I don't remember even who it was, but it was so memorable to me that what he did that it bothered me. So he went halfway, and he was like, I want to be 50-50. And so rather than walking all the way up to her, he went halfway. And then she walked up to him, and then he backed up. And he was like, I don't remember exactly why, but I remember he did something that had to do with, like, not 50-50.
Right.
And I was like, this is really strange. And it would have been, like, okay if he was like, okay, you back up, and then you went forward, and then it was like, and I back up, and we've got to change.
Well, compromise.
Yeah, we've got to compromise and give and take.
Meet people where they're at.
Right, but I feel like he did something where it was more like, now you've got to come to me kind of a thing, and I remember being like, that is so bad, and that was only like, I don't know, like one step. but it makes a difference.
Right.
That's what I was wanting to say.
Okay.
So anyway, I don't know if it's embarrassing that I like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, but I do.
I haven't seen it, but you know.
You know.
Okay, maybe one more lyric for the road. I don't know how to pick. Folklore is my favorite album, and we skipped Lover.
Well, I want to go in order because we can come back.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. So Reputation.
Okay.
I scrolled too far.
That's okay.
Too close to the sun. Okay. Reputation. I loved you in spite of deep fears that the world would divide us.
That's so good.
Because, well, it's just like, so sweet.
So
right?
true.
I loved you in spite of deep fears, right? Like, all Love has ever done in her life is like, you know, break and burn or whatever, because like the world divides them because she's a celebrity, she's in the spotlight. So I think that's beautiful. Just like,
do you know who that's to?
Joe.
Okay, that's to Joe.
Yeah, Dancing with Our Hands Tied, one of my all-time favorites.
Is Gorgeous to him too? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anything since Reputation, including Reputation, is pretty much Joe.
That's interesting.
Because she hasn't been in a relationship other than that, you know.
Right.
Dress, a little scandalous.
It is,
but
a little
it's
scandalous.
The bridge, okay? Even in my worst times, you could see the best in me. That's love. And
that's
then,
true. I do like that.
I know I make the same mistakes every time. Oh, this is Call It What You Want.
Okay.
Every time bridges burn, I never learn. At least I did one thing right. Like, at least she kept Joe. You know,
I can
like, make
hear
the same mistakes.
her singing this one.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can always hear her singing it. But in Reputation, I can genuinely hear her singing that.
Right.
That's good.
Anyway.
At least I did one thing right. Yeah.
One thing right.
Keeping Joe. I didn't know that that's what that meant.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
She did one thing right. She kept her relationship. She ruined her reputation, right? Like, she did anything wrong, but she kept hold of Joe, right?
What I don't even understand is, was her reputation really ever ruined that bad? Because I know there was problem with Katy Perry and Kanye West, but that's all I really knew about it. Honey.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Okay. She'll talk to me about this later.
Yeah. Kanye, huge thing with Kim and Kanye.
That's
and, like,
what I thought.
False so much. The world was against her. Like, the number one trending tag on Twitter was Taylor Swift is over party.
Really? I
like,
did
number
not
one
know
or
that.
number 3 at least.
That probably destroyed her.
Millions of people tweeting Taylor Swift is over. And it was wrong. Kanye edited a phone call to put her in the wrong.
That's right. Okay, this is all coming back to me. The phone call. That's
Taylor,
what's coming back
it wasn't
to me.
even true. Everyone canceled her for something
I don't
she
believe
didn't
in the
do.
cancel culture, just so we're aware.
Right, I agree. People are people.
Because people are people and people change.
Yeah. Sometimes we change our minds.
And sometimes we change our minds.
Well, and
I remember that now, actually.
I want to go back to that lyric, actually. People are people, sometimes we change our minds. People will be like, you said you don't like this.
Right.
Change is the purpose of life.
Right.
Like,
absolutely.
We should not hold people to boxes they put themselves in the past. We're meant to change and change our opinions and learn and grow.
Right.
And so it's like, yeah, I once said that, like, I hear this discourse in, like, the equestrian world a lot. You know, you said bits were fine. And it's like, well, now I don't think they are. Which I'm not taking a side on that.
Right.
That's a whole nother issue.
She's like, that's actually really controversial right now.
Oh, huge. Well, bits, spurs, etc. You know, anyway, we should encourage change. You know, people are people and change their minds. And that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. If it's for the better.
Yeah.
Sometimes people change for the worse.
That's true.
And that's scary.
But that's also part of life and the learning process.
It's definitely part of life, but that doesn't mean something I want to
It's not
promote.
every change is for the better.
Right. Yeah, yes.
Okay, which lyric was your favorite to be the quote of the day?
Oh, my. Okay, I feel like you said so. Okay, wow.
I did go through a lot.
Oh, I liked kiss me, try to fix it. Could you just try to listen? That's pretty deep. That's my quote of the day for you today. Thank you, Taylor. And for our word of the day. Okay, the word of the day. I don't know how great this fits, but I'm going to try because some of the words seem like antonyms, but they're all part of the word. So I'm not sure.
That's me in nonplussed. I'm like...
Yeah, that's on my list
I can't
too.
get a grip.
Okay, so this is inculcate. inculcate. I don't know if I said that very good, but inculcate is a verb. And I'll just read some of the things because, like I said, they're a little bit different. But implant, fix, ingrain, infuse, impress, imprint, introduce, produce, generate, induce, inspire, promote, foster, hammer into, drum into, drive into, drill into. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, they're kind of different, kind of, sort of, I guess, depending on the meaning that you use. Mm-hmm. But what I wanted to say is that Taylor Swift inculcates through her music. She inspires, she promotes, she produces, she impresses. she drives her theme, her truth into, you know.
Right.
So, anyway, Taylor Swift inculcates through her music. Inculcates music. I don't know. Inculcates her message. I don't know if it's supposed to be with a verb or not, or with an object, but I'm just trying.
Right.
So,
one of those has got to be right.
If I say enough of them, maybe I'll circle around the right answer. So yeah, inculcate. My goal is to actually remember some of the ones that I say. So anyway, Whitney's got to go, but thank you so much for listening. Embrace imperfection, find meaning, satisfaction, and joy from the journey. I'm Kyra.
And I'm Whitney.
And this is Imperfectly Broken, the podcast.
Do 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 do.